Hello everyone, this is Rahul. Welcome to Motor Talks, my Motor Gadi. I hope you are doing good. So today we have Mr. Kshitij Kumar, co-founder Gemopai, and we are going to interact and discuss the brand Gemopai and his views on EV industry. So let's begin.
What is Gemopai all about and what was the idea behind it?
Basically, we had seen that across the world, people had there had been a lot of transition to electric. That is Europe, Taiwan, China. A lot of in certain countries, the percentage was even close to 90% where the transition had happened. Okay, so we looked at it both as an opportunity and we thought, why can this not be done in this country?
Right.
Plus,
Exactly.
because as you know that two-wheelers, petrol two-wheelers are the most contributing to pollution.
Okay.
Okay,
Right.
so the thought process was that if this can happen anywhere else in the world, why can't it happen in India? Yes, conditions are a little different. We can adapt to that. So around 6 years back, we had started this company with the thought process of basically making electric two-wheelers. And
Right.
the basic, So first product was launched 5 years back.
Okay.
And we are in the market now. We have 3 running models with which we are in the market currently.
So, my second question is, being a co-founder, what is your idea of growth and expansion part of the company? How do you see it?
See, basically, what most of our competitors did was a complete copy paste. Where they took technology which was available elsewhere in the world, wherever it was in Netherlands, it was in China, or wherever it was, and they just bought it here, and they thought it would work. What we did is we approached this in a little different manner. So we've been slow and steady, where we have sort of spent a lot of time testing the product for Indian conditions. Okay, because our roads are different, yes, and the heat obviously is there. That is a major factor, and lack of consumer education. People now know a lot about EVs, but when we started, people hardly knew. They thought it was a toy product of some kind.
Right.
Okay, so they didn't think direct replacement could happen. So our approach is so that's why 5 years we've just come out with 3 models. Okay, so we've taken our time and we've spent a lot of time just trying to, because requirements abroad and requirement here is very different.
Okay.
There people have very, very short commutes. Okay, the local transportation system is very, very advanced.
Right.
While
Exactly.
in contrast, here in India, what we need is range. Everybody wants to use the same vehicle for all kinds of. So that was a little bit of a challenge. And doing that, see, the USP of our company is also that we give you the maximum mileage with the least kilowatt hour consumed. Okay, so that was the challenge, and that is what we work towards: maximum mileage with the smallest battery.
Right. That's great, sir. EV is actually a trend right now, but seeing with we are getting news of battery getting blast on every other day, right? So how are you coping up with these news, and what are your plans to keep consumers safe?
See, with the new norms which have been prescribed by the government of India, anyway, that is something which can we now look. See, an odd incident will happen. An odd incident happens with Tesla also. It is just about the numbers. So a Tata Punch is going once every month. Okay, so it happens in petrol vehicles also. So, but it is about the numbers, it is about the safety, and we have to keep this in mind. And the government of India has done a very, very good job, where they've come out with the AIS 156 Part 1, Part 2 norms, with which we are compliant now, which really puts emphasis on the safety of the customer. See, now, yes, the vehicles will get slightly more expensive, but now nobody can cut corners. You have to have a basic standards, and this should have been done a long time back.
Exactly.
This should have been done a long time back, but it's never too late. Now you will see that with the new norms in place and everything in place, the number of incidents across the industry will be very, very minimal.
That is great. That is great. What are your future plans for the company?
See, our plan is basically this year we are looking at primarily we've got 3 models in our kitty. Before Diwali, we are looking at 2 more models.
Okay.
For which we are putting the models in ICAT. So that is as far as expansion of the price range in the models is concerned. Plus, we are looking to go up to around 300 dealerships within this year. That is the expansion plan as far as dealerships is concerned. We already prepped for it before, where we took up another factory priorly. So we are already planned for it. So we have 2 units now instead of 1. So any sort of demand arising, we can easily cope up with it. And that we had done priorly. We had done the prior financial year. And obviously, a couple of plans are we are looking at battery as a service at least in 2 cities, which we've narrowed down. We are just tying up the technology part.
I'm actually very curious to know your growth strategy and how is this strategy going to impact existing customers, potential buyers, and stakeholders of the company.
To be giving, so in fleet we have around 4,000 vehicles currently, which will continue to grow. So basically, see, the advantage, as I told you, the USP is we give you the maximum range with the smallest battery. So your initial buying cost is less. So if somebody puts in a 3 kilowatt hour battery and gives you a range of 100, if I put in a 2 kilowatt hour battery and give you a range of 100, so I am obviously around 20,000 rupees cheaper than him. And secondly, obviously, when he has to see, we are talking about today just selling it to a customer, but at the end of the day, at some point of time, he'll have to buy the battery. So his cost of ownership is least with our vehicles.
Okay. So, how do you think your flagship product, I think Rider Supermax, which I've seen, is
which we believe.
Right. So, how do you think that product has some edge over other competitors like Ola, Ather, and other renowned brands, basically?
See, all the scooters which are coming out of our stable now are all smart scooters.
Right.
Okay. Plus, see, we like to build scooters for the long term. Most of our models, which currently also exist, have crossed the 3-year timeline, which normally a person expects his normal two-wheeler to run. But we are 5 years into the business. Even the initially sold vehicles are still flying. So even in B2B, there are certain clients with which we have crossed the 3 years threshold, where I don't know, I can't give you the figures as to how well our competitors have done. But we were the first to actually start catering particularly to. So again, the same thing as I've been telling you. So we have around 1.8 kilowatt hour battery.
The customer satisfaction is the key, right? We have all seen in other brands too.
Yes.
How do you think you are managing this part so that all the customers are basically trusting you as a brand for their two-wheeler requirements?
See, as I told you, we are already 5 years in the market, and the scooters that I sold 5 years back, they are still flying. Plus, we have tried to build a relative service infrastructure around, where we do not open very small format stores. Okay, we open large format stores where mostly the spare parts and everything is available from day one. So the growth has been a little bit slow, where we could have gone for very small format stores and we could have got more dealers and more growth. But at the end of the day, it is very, very important that when the person walks into the showroom, he is confident that even if he actually gets into an accident, his scooter will be flying in the next 4 to 5 days. So, and what we are also planning is currently in 2 of the cities where we have very, very big numbers, we will be going for company service stations where the person will have the option of directly coming to us for service and spare parts, even if the dealer is not that necessary. So slowly we are building that infrastructure. Yeah, slowly we are a very, very service focused company. So after sales service is a priority. If if we are not in a position to provide after-sales service in a particular region, we would rather not.
Exactly. Right.
Yeah.
That's right. We talk about the expansion of the company, right? So expansion needs a lot of workforce. So will you guys be hiring aggressively? And if yes, in which all departments?
See, we have a workforce of around 120 people. So we have a substantial workforce as far as manufacturing the vehicles is concerned. We would be very, very aggressively hiring local sales and service people.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Lastly, so if anybody wants to join Gemopai, what are the core qualities you're looking at?
See, we are a decent sized company which still works as a startup. We have a relatively lean structure, so anybody who joins us has the opportunity to get multifunctional experience, first of all. And second of all, obviously growth. Because we would be very much interested in taking the person who's worked with us for over a period of time upwards rather than hiring from outside.
Right. Exactly. That was a good interview, sir. Thank you so much for your time. I would love to talk about more updates in coming future.
Sure.
Thank you so much, Rahul sir. Thank you so much, Shruti sir. It was really a nice interaction, and thank you so much, both of you.
Thank you.
Anytime. When it's with regards to EVs, anytime. Okay.